All right, cats, how we doing? It's me again. Right. So I've just been listening or talking to my daughter about this manosphere thing. Right. Because I did learn some new stuff about it, which I will divulge in a moment. But I was talking to my daughter about this manosphere thing. So she looked up this HsTikkyTokky fella, who's one of these really star men on the manosphere. Star men. Well, it's the stature of a man and the mental acuity of a 7-year-old, let's say. Yeah. And not because there's anything wrong with him, just because he chooses to be like that. But in 17 hours, he's made himself... I think he got too much stick from that Louis Theroux documentary about the manosphere. But anyway, in 17 hours, he's made himself a new account on Instagram and has already got, you're waiting for this now, in 17 hours, 311,000 followers. Wow, nearly as many as me. So anyway, I don't really know why I'm laughing, because I was duly unimpressed, because I'm feeling that this lad, HsTikkyTokky, has so much influence as an influencer, but he's got so much influence and kids are really, really listening to what this fella has to say. And I hope that Mr. HsTikkyTokky has changed his tune, because it appears, so the information says through the grapevine, that after the documentary by Louis Theroux was aired, there was a lot of negative response to him about his ideals. Now, contrary to what everybody may think about what I think about him, he's still a young lad. He's still got a long way to go. Say young lad, he must be knocking on 30, thereabouts. He's got a long way to go and a lot to learn. And I know that there is no dad in his situation. I don't know why. I don't know if, dad passed away or dad left or dad was never there or what. I don't know. But there is no dad. So if he's self-taught, he made a pretty bad job of it, which is a real shame. And I would really like to see Mr. HsTikkyTokky change his tune. Do something positive, lad. Do something positive. Let's have some good things. Let's do something creative and useful for the manosphere, which I was quite surprised to learn a little bit about the manosphere. Yet again, it's an interesting subject, you know. Initially, I just thought, shout at Barclays bankers talking shite. But actually, there's a lot of useful stuff in there, which I was surprised at, until some lad, I think, from the USA, but I'm not sure, made a comment on my last video. And he listed all the things that were useful, constructive for men in the manosphere, which I must admit did open my eyes a bit. I thought, oh, right, okay then. It's not completely flooded with arseholes. Unfortunately, there are so many arseholes, like Mr. HsTikkyTokky and Tate and Sneeko. Really? Okay then, whatever. Twatto might be a better idea. Yeah, we'll stick with Twatto from now on. They are flowing over all the useful information. So you're in a place where there's so much bullshit pouring out of these idiots that the young fellas out there aren't actually seeing what's on offer. They're not seeing the help. They're not seeing the advice that's out there for fellas that are struggling. Maybe it's fellas that have been taken for a ride and have been cleaned out and are now broke or destitute, or they've lost their houses to the women, or they've lost access to the kids, or I don't know, they've lost access to their pensions. Could be older fellas, you know. All these things apparently are swimming around in the manosphere, but manosphere now, as was demonstrated by the Louis Theroux documentary, seems solely now to be consumed by the Tates, the Sneekos, the Gaineses, and the HsTikkyTokkys in this world, which is really, really sad. Really sad. It's not a plan. I think there's so many useful things that the manosphere could be put to, but at the moment it's not. It's just shit and flooded with these idiots, which is sad. It is sad. And so, I, for one, would like to see a change. Whether that change will ever happen is something else. It is one we'll have to wait and see, won't we? But I would also like to see Mr. TikkyTokky, if he's made a new account, which supposedly he has, with his 311,000 followers in less than a day. Wow. I'd like to see him do something positive. Now, would that cost him his 311,000 followers? Wouldn't surprise me if it cost him half of them initially. But he's got power, hasn't he? He's got presence. He's got a face. Not as pretty as mine, obviously, but he's got a face. And he should do something with it, constructive, useful, something to contribute, not just slag women, make all the wrong sort of videos and collect money. Do something useful. Be of a use to the manosphere. How about that for a wild idea, eh? Okay, anyway. I'm doing my own editing now. And unfortunately, as you can see, it's daylight around here. And so that means the tequila cupboard is locked at the moment, but it won't be later. Woo! So, great. Stay sane.